Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to be looking at some products that work really well with 6-inch scale action figures, dioramas, whatever you want to use it for. And I've gone over these before, but these teeny tinies, they're really fun. They're from Five Below, $5 obviously. You get 20 different accessories. And I honestly had to stop myself from purchasing these because there's so many and I get really excited when I see them, but after a while you're just like, I don't need all of them, just the ones that I think will pair well with action figures or the holiday ones. I really wish they did come out with a Halloween one, but I was really happy to see that they came out with a Holiday Party Part 2. So this is the second iteration of this. Last year, I actually did review the first one. So seeing that they are going to continue this throughout the years is really cool. I also did pick up another one. I picked up this market, and again, I'm trying to not buy all of them, but this one had some pretty cool props. Also, this farmer's market stand could be used in some sort of street scene diorama. So I might put this on the street with my turtles, and I might review this one another day, but today we're looking at the holiday one. Thanksgiving is almost upon us, and Christmas is slowly approaching. So, and what you see is what you get. These things come with 20 pieces most of the time, and they're all different. So I think there might be some repeats in here from last year, but mostly different, which is cool. And if you don't know what anything is, everything's always listed on the back. So some new stuff here. We definitely get some more cookies, different kinds of cake. We get mac and cheese, which is pretty cool. And then you get some of those holiday entree pieces. So I think that's pretty neat. So we're going to go ahead and crack this open and see what's inside. And just real quick, let's look at these teeny tinies from last year. So this was the first Christmas edition. We got this tin of cookies, gingerbread house, a stocking. You got an assortment of cookies, gingerbread men, sugar cookies, chocolate chip. And then you do get some decorations like an ornament, stocking, a wreath, and then you do get a letter to Santa, some peppermint bark, a Yule log, although I thought this was like a Swiss roll, hot chocolate, candy cane, and then I think this is eggnog, and I think this is a glass of milk, and a hot chocolate bomb. Actually, I think this is figgy pudding. I still don't know what that is, but this is what it looks like. And then you did get a cupcake and a snowman statue. So, for $5, this was pretty cool. And ever since then, I've kept an eye out on the different teeny tiny offerings, but, I can't buy them all. There's some really cool ones. And I was kind of hoping there'd be one for Halloween, but there wasn't. So that's when I was really excited that they were coming out with a Christmas Part 2. And that's what we're going to look at today. So let me get this away, and then we will check out this year's Christmas Tiny Teenies. Teeny Tinies. Tiny Toons? Anyways, let's check it out. So once you get the tray out, it's just a standard box, and I think this is different than last year. I think last year the graphic was printed on the box, but this is a little slip cover you can take out and now have a little backdrop. So I might go ahead and get my Santa figure and then see what kind of bases I have to put this on, because I think that would look pretty cool. So let me go ahead and try that out. So not a perfect fit, but it's a good solution for now. I took 2 of my Action Force bases and I just put those there. So I wonder if I have anything else that could be used to kind of use that as a backdrop. I think I might have the backdrops that came with those 25th anniversary Marvel figures. So while these work, if you have these stands, just know it's an option, but let's see if we can find something better. Yeah, so if you have these Action Force stands, they'll work, but I think if you go ahead and if you did purchase the Toad or the Captain America, they came with these stands. So for now, I'm just gonna put these over here, and I think this will probably hold it a little better. Oh yeah, that works great. So you can see, let me just spread them out here. Not perfect, but you can have a nice little backdrop for your action figures. So I think that works pretty well. Let's go ahead and get that Santa out and see how he looks in front of it. Okay, so I mean, this is a quick temporary little backdrop or display that you can have for your figure if you have this Naughty and Nice Santa Claus, which I absolutely love. Then you can have him displayed in front of here with all these accessories about to check out. So I think this is to like, I don't know what this is from. He didn't come with a bag, but I love mini accessories. So this is a bag full of all like those mini brands, and it's all kind of different brands of toys in there. So pretty neat. So he already has some accessories, but that's why I'm really excited to kind of jump into these and check out all these Christmas ones. All right, so we checked out Santa and this backdrop. Let's go ahead, open this tray of goodies, and see all the different things we get for our Christmas Teeny Tinies holiday party. All right, we have everything out of the package. I think everything looks pretty cool. And if you're not sure what anything is, that's what's great about these. Everything's listed on the back. So we're going to go over each piece one by one, check it out, check out the detail. You know, some things look better than others. I will say some things are cheap, but, you know, they can pass, especially for action figure photography. So let's start looking at these items and going through what exactly we have in here. All right, let's start with something big. And if you're not familiar with how Teeny Tinies does things, you know, sometimes they'll do the mold or the shape of something and then just use a sticker. You know, so this is the mac and cheese. And, you know, instead of sculpting it all in, it's a sticker. So it might appear cheap, but it still kind of gives the effect. Like, I think if you took some photos with this, if you're doing action figure photography, this would pass as a nice tray of mac and cheese. And just from my observations, I will pick up this candy cane, and I think this is probably one of the cheaper items in it. And this is kind of on par of the course. They won't paint the back, but in the last pack we got a red candy cane. So in this one, we get a green one. So depending on how you have it, you can stick it in Santa's hand, and you know you won't see the back. So for $5, can't beat that. We did get an assortment of cookies in the last one. I do think we got some chocolate chips. These are actually molded. I think the old ones were kind of a pile of plastic with some stickers on it. So it looks like they upped the quality of their chocolate chip cookies. And we actually do get a new variety of sugar cookies. So I don't think this is one that we've gotten the year before. So nice to have something new. This is the only repeat item, and it's a cup of milk. So if you wanted Santa to hold this from a distance, you know, I think it looks pretty good. He did come with a cup of milk, which was cool. I don't know where it is right now, but it was a clear cup. And then there's a white piece that you can have to make the glass look full, or you can take it out to make it look empty. So I think this is kind of cool with the straw. Nice little added detail there. Then you have your pumpkin pie, which is good for Thanksgiving or Christmas. Think we I think we got a little apple pie and a little pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving. So I'm going to have a little bit of both, but I'll eat either one. I do not discriminate, so this is good. But you can see how the sticker or the paint is not necessarily lined up. So that's where the teeny tinies kind of cheap out a little bit. Something that I wish came with the original Teeny Tinies playset was some presents. So Santa did come with a present. I think he only came with one, so this is kind of cool. You get a stack here, which I think is awesome. But I think if you want to take them apart, you can. So it's kind of like a puzzle, but I like the way it looks all together. I like that they're all different colors. And again, you see the paint on the ribbons on top, but they kind of skip out on the details on the side. And that's kind of what they did with the Christmas wreath from last year. So painted detail on here, not perfect, but then absolutely nothing on the back. But you can see the ribbons here not painted. That's okay. Again, $5. We do get another cup of hot chocolate, but this one's different. Comes in a different mug. Got some hot fudge on the whipped cream there. And, you know, so still the same, but different. So I like that they went the extra mile. And something that's pretty cool, you know, Mini Brands does little bottles like this, but they don't scale well with 1/12 scale figures. This is a little bottle of sprinkles, and I'm not going to be able to get it in his hand, but I think it scales pretty well, you know, at least for what we need it for. So you can get that in Santa's hand. I think it looks great. This piece looks really cool. So if you're used to anyone making cookies in the kitchen, you're used to this mess of powdered sugar. I like that they kind of emulated that there. And you have the cutters, and then you have the different kind of cookies there. So for each cutter, there's one cookie, and you can see the heart cutters in there, and there's the cutout. So I think that's pretty neat. Some peppermints there on the rolling pin. Nothing on the bottom, but I think for all the detail they put on this, it's pretty cool. And I love that powdered sugar. I think that's a really nice touch. Now here is some off-brand hot cocoa mix. So it's not your average Swiss Miss. This feels like a box of hot cocoa you find when you walk into Ross or TJ Maxx, where that food section is just an absolute disaster. And they have these holiday treats. And I feel like this is the type of hot chocolate you would find there. Actual details on the back. It has a barcode and nutritional facts. So that's pretty interesting. But you can see the picture of the packets there. And then also something you'd probably find in TJ Maxx or a Ross is this tin of wafers. These were definitely never my favorite treat, but if they're in front of me, I'm going to eat them. These are like your discount Pepperidge Farm straws, which I will also attack those if I had the chance. This thing's pretty heavy. It almost feels like there's quarters in it, but I don't think the lid comes off. So this is just a solid piece of plastic with a sticker around it. So wafer twist, if those are your jam, you have an option for those. And then I've never actually seen this in person. Does anyone enjoy fruitcake during the holidays? I only see it in movies when they're making jokes as people use this as like a door stand, but I don't think I've ever actually seen anyone make this or seen this at the dinner table during a holiday. So kind of a thing of legend, I think, in terms of holiday food. Looks like a loaf of bread, and I don't know I think it was gelatin, which sounds gross, but I'm sure it's someone's cup of tea. And let's check out some of the entrees. Leg of lamb. Again, not something that we normally ate during any of the meals for Thanksgiving or Christmas. We're Italian, so on Christmas Eve, it's 7 fish dinner, and there's all different kinds of fishes. It's my favorite. And then usually on Christmas Day, we will have lasagna or some sort of pasta, meatballs. Um, so yeah, we do the 7 fishes. So leg of lamb. This might seem like a more traditional, maybe American Christmas. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I would still eat a leg of lamb if it was in front of me. And then another big piece of meat for dinner is this ham. So maybe it's a honeyed ham. This is typically what we eat for Easter. We always have ham on Easter, but I could see it on the table for Christmas. I guess that makes sense too. Some nice detail there. I would say the inside looks a little weird, unpainted, but the plate that you get it on, I'm assuming that's pineapple. I have no idea. And then it has these nice little molded pieces to kind of make believe or emulate that it's been cut into a few slices. So not bad. Now I'm getting down to the last two items, or the last couple of items. This one's one of my favorites. This is I guess, what you put the icing on. And oh, I had a look at the box. It's a frosting bag, and you just squeeze the frosting onto the cookie. So if you wanted to have your figures decorating some cookies, you get this. This is like a nice little soft, rubbery piece of plastic, so it's pliable. So I think it's pretty cool. They kind of captured that, and it has like a metal tip at the end. Pretty neat. Some treats that we didn't get in the last one were donuts. So these are pretty rad. And it looks like the graphics are kind of printed on. And I think that looks pretty cool. And you have a Christmas tree donut and a snowman donut. So I'm also no stranger to donuts. I love those. Now here's one I had to look at the box for. These are mince pie. I don't really know what these are. Are they a dessert? Are they kind of like a meat pie? I want to say they're a dessert with some fruit filling, like maybe some jam or preserve on the inside. This is not something we normally ate, but it looks cool in terms of this toy because you get the cool plate and then you get a stack of these mince pies. I want to say that this is a dessert, so you can correct me down in the comments if you know better than I do. And I saved my favorite for last, and it's my favorite, I would say, in the more of the recent years. I didn't know this existed, but I guess this is a tradition in the UK. Christmas crackers, and what you do is you pull this apart, and there's normally a crown, like a paper crown, in it, and there's a joke. Sometimes dirty, sometimes family friendly, depending on what you want to do. You can buy these already with the joke inside. Last year we started this tradition with my family. I bought them and I had to put them all together, and I put the jokes inside. It were all clean jokes, but they were all Christmas related. So this is a cool thing. I think it's a really cool tradition that we just started. So to have a toy of this is kind of fun. Details, you have the nice paint on the front and the ribbons. Again, some of the sides are kind of left blank, but you get the idea looking at this. And this is probably the right scale for 112 figures, because that's about how big it is. Yeah, you just take these two ends, you pull it apart, you get the crown, and then you get to read your joke. So really cool part of this playset. I think including that was awesome. So that's all I got, folks. I'm not doing anything fancy here. I just felt like opening this up and checking it out. Let me know what you're eating for the holidays. I probably won't be eating ham for Christmas. We're making a little turkey for Thanksgiving, like everybody else is. But yeah, I would love some mac and cheese. That actually looks pretty good. And I will enjoy our new tradition of the Christmas crackers. So everything else here, I really want to make a display for the Santa, something I can put away throughout the year and then take it out once a year. So I think maybe I'll do that over the next coming weeks leading up to the holidays. I have all these accessories. I have all the ones from the old set. So I think I have enough here where all my props are made for me. I don't have to do anything, which is kind of cool. So let me know if you pick these up. I am a huge fan of these. I know I've reviewed them a bunch, but I just think they're so cool and they go perfect with our action figures. So if you like this episode, go ahead, hit like and subscribe, all that jazz. I really appreciate it. And until the next episode, we'll catch you next time.